Compared to past seasons or episodes, episode 3 Heresy is by far the best we have ever had. Bungie is absolutely cooking with not only the content, we have the Guardian games, Nether activity, and our artifact mods, which by the way are very, very spicy this time around, but also with the weapons we have on offer this season. Season? No, it's definitely an episode. So when I saw the Afterlight Void Adaptive Frame Fusion Rifle and the artifact mod Particle Deconstruction, I was immediately excited. Let's dive into this fusion rifle, going over the stats, the perk options, and the god rolls you should be looking out for, because there are quite a few options here, and I think it is going to be one that will make any Guardian who likes using Void or just wants a good DPS option in the energy slot pretty happy. But first, listen, we all play Destiny 2 and we all know that those long nights chasing down those god rolls can get pretty long and exhausting. That's where channel partner Dubby Energy comes in. With amazing flavors like Dub Sludge and my personal favorite, Pineberry Splash, there's something for everybody. And with their jitterless formula, you can pull your hair out in trials even longer. So when you use my code TREY9 at checkout, you'll be supporting the channel and getting yourself ready to take down a hive god. Link is down in the description. All right, so for all you fusion rifle heads out there, I'm gonna kind of give you guys a little bit of context on where this weapon is gonna sit in terms of the meta, okay? In the adaptive fusion rifle frame category, archetype if you will, we have the Burden of Guilt, the Dreambreaker, the Royal Executioner, Techian Force even, and I'm just gonna say it right now, Afterlight is good, but there are so many Techian Force rolls that you could use in lieu of this, but what I'm telling you is the way that this weapon can be played is going to be the determining factor on which one you choose. So let's go ahead and get into the stats. For the impact, we have 70, 31 range, 39 stability, 31 handling, 39 reload speed. I'm sensing a pattern here. Aim assist sits at 44 with a recoil direction of 52 and a base mag of 6. Afterlight sits in that 660 charge time adaptive frame archetype, but with the perks we have on offer, that can go way up or even way down depending on how you want to use this weapon. Now, the direct comparison that I can make here is the VS Gravatic Arrest from the Vespers Host dungeon. I feel like these two weapons go pretty much hand in hand, but what I will say is the Gravatic Arrest does tend to lean more towards PvP. It is a PvP focused fusion rifle, as to where the Afterlight is absolutely PvE focused, 1000% PvE focused. You guys are gonna see once we break down these perks that like there's just so many ways that you can use it. Like there are so many different ways that you can adjust your playstyle to the weapon and not the other way around. First things first though, I do want to go over the origin traits for both of these weapons. We have the Willing Vessel origin trait, which states dealing damage or defeating targets with this weapon gradually grants increased stability, handling, reload speed, and charge rate. This effect gradually decreases over time, but is gained more quickly while near your allies. So when you're near teammates, you're getting that bump to stability, handling, reload speed, and the charge time on this fusion rifle. So it's going to fire a little bit quicker for you. But the adept version, which yes, this weapon does have an adept version. All of the episode 3 Heresy weapons have adept versions to them, from the expert levels of the Nether and so on and so forth. Runneth Over, which is a raid origin trait on a seasonal activity weapon. I think that is just like one of the craziest things that Bungie has done to date. I think it's a great addition. Runneth Over states reloading near allies overflows the magazine. Bows receive faster draw time and swords receive faster charge rate. We're using a fusion rifle, so that one's not really gonna sit on top of this weapon and make it 10 times better, but the overflowing the magazine is going to be great, especially when we have the perks that we have on offer. I think this is gonna be an insane, like the way that you can build this is gonna be crazy. All right, so let's talk perks. So in perk slot 3, we've got Under Pressure, Grave Robber, Lead from Gold, Discord, Offhand Strike, which is going to be a weird one for me at least, Ambitious Assassin, and Pugilist, with the standouts for me being Lead from Gold, Discord, and Pugilist. So let's start with that third one. Pugilist states final blows with this weapon generate melee energy. Dealing melee damage briefly improves this weapon's handling, so the weapon swap speed is going to get a little bit better. The handling is already pretty good on this weapon, but I feel like with Pugilist, especially with certain like melee build, if you're running a melee focused build, Pugilist should be the perk that you want on this weapon if you're wanting to use a Void Fusion Rifle and you want to use this Void Fusion Rifle. Pugilist is like demo, but for melee, and I think that's a great fit for this weapon. Bumping the already insane handling up even more is going to be a W. Lead from Gold has been a fan favorite on pretty much every weapon that it's offered on. It states picking up heavy ammo also grants ammo to this weapon, so there will never be a shortage of ammo, especially in those harder activities like Grandmaster Nightfalls. If you run your, ammo finder mods up for heavy ammo, you can have ammo for both. Get as much ammo as you possibly can. Lead from Gold is definitely going to be a great option here. But the one that stands out to me, and I know this is going to sound wild because you guys know how I felt about this perk before, Discord is absolutely nutty on this fusion rifle. Okay, final blows with another weapon grant this weapon increased speed for aiming down sights, accuracy, and airborne effectiveness for a short time. When Discord is active, final blows refund ammo. And I know that sounds crazy coming from me, but Discord is my #1 choice for this perk slot on this weapon. And with the already insane handling, like, it's going to be so easy to swap to this weapon from, say you're running an SMG, say you're running a pulse rifle, something like that. If you have another weapon with high handling, or you use like quick access sling to get even faster weapon swap speed, Discord is going to be an absolute W. So basically the gameplay loop would be get a kill, swap to this weapon. You're getting that refunded ammo for every kill that you get because then Discord will be active. There was a bug where Discord was proccing before you swap to the weapon and it wasn't applying the Discord perk to the weapon that was in your hand. So this is a little weird, but they have since fixed that. This shouldn't be an issue anymore. Get that kill with your SMG or your pulse rifle or whatever it is that you're using, swap to Afterlight, and you should be good off to the races. Now, let's talk perk slot 4, because this is where things really start to heat up. And again, the 3 perks that I just mentioned in slot 3 are going to make you guys like kind of see the vision here. So we've got Reservoir Burst, Swashbuckler, Adagio, Cornered, Vorpal Weapon, Successful Warm-Up, and Destabilizing Rounds. And if you want my honest opinion, I think every single perk in slot 4 is going to be a viable option. Okay, I do want to touch on all of these very briefly here. So we'll start with Reservoir Burst. When the battery is full, your next burst deals additional damage and causes enemies to explode on death, which is obviously going to be great if you are running a build that will give you destabilizing rounds, basically giving you giving you volatile rounds for getting things like grenade kills, melee kills, using your dodge, whatever it may be, on Void subclasses. There are so many different ways to get volatile rounds on Void hunters specifically. So this is going to be a great option because then that will spread to other enemies with the Void explosion that is caused by this perk. Swashbuckler, kills with this weapon gain increased damage from melee kills and kills with this weapon. So every time you get a kill, you are stacking damage on top of damage here. Your damage increases from 1 to 5 stacks, being 6.7%, 13.3%, 20%, 26.6%, and 33.3%. So 5 kills will get you 33% extra damage on top of the already insane damage that the thing is already doing. Moving right along to my second favorite perk in this slot, I'm gonna say Adagio is going to be an absolute banger for you guys. Adagio states, after defeating a target, this weapon fires, charges, or draws more slowly and deals increased damage for a brief time. So when you get a kill, you get 10 plus range, 30% increase in damage, and a 20% longer firing delay. So the charge time is going to go up quite a bit. It does jump quite a bit. It is a very noticeable difference, but the increase in damage is so worth it, especially if you pair that with Discord. Every final blow is going to give you ammo back to the mag. It's a match made in heaven. Discord and Adagio is the first roll that I got, and I will say of all the rolls that I've gotten on this weapon, it is by far my favorite that I have used, but there are some other spicy options. Cornered is our next perk, and it states faster charge time or draw time when surrounded by combatants. So being surrounded by combatants, especially in these nether activities, which you pretty much are all the time, is going to make this weapon fire a little bit faster. Vorpal Weapon, another fan favorite here, increased damage against bosses, vehicles, and guardians with their super active. So that's going to be for you PvP players out there. Successful Warm-Up is literally the opposite of Adagio. Each final blow will increase the charge or draw speed of the weapon. Now, Adagio does also give you that damage bump, but Successful Warm-Up can just put out rounds like crazy. So weapon kills would give you a 37.5% increase, or decrease rather, in the draw time for 6 seconds. So that's going to be a great one. Again, like I said earlier, there are so many different ways that you can play this weapon to your advantage and make it work for you. You could either shoot fast and keep spamming the rounds and just pumping out damage, or you could slow things down a little bit. You can slow it down and also deal a lot more damage. So I feel like the name of the game with this weapon is the charge time. increase or decrease depending on which way you want to run it. And lastly, we have destabilizing rounds, which for me, I feel like it's lonely. It's lonely over here. If this weapon had repulsor brace, it would be busted. Like, and I get it. I get it, Bungie. You have to make things balanced. You have to make it easily digestible for what the sandbox currently is, because the Gravatic Arrest is a fusion rifle that does roll with repulsor brace. It's an adaptive frame. It's void. It's pretty much the Afterlight, but instead of having destabilizing rounds, it has repulsor brace. But it does also have chain reaction, so it's like it's tit for tat, and it also has withering gaze. So I digress. Destabilizing round states defeating a target creates a void burst. Hitting other targets with this burst makes them volatile and grants you volatile rounds for a short duration. So not only are you making that enemy volatile, you're also spreading it and gaining volatile rounds for your next void shot, which this weapon is void. That shot's going to come from this weapon. In these perk slots, we have a lot of options here. We're going to go over the god rolls here in a second. I just think that, you know, this is going to be one that for everyone who likes to run and gun, but wants to deal as much damage as possible, or if you're a void person, or if you like fusion rifles in general, this is going to be a great option for you. For the barrel and mag perks, pretty simple here. We don't have a whole lot going on. It's an adaptive frame fusion rifle, so arrowhead break should be your #1 choice, period. I mean, you could run chambered compensator for the additional stability and recoil, but you lose out on some of the handling, or you could use corkscrew, which is going to give you +5 in the main category. So stability, range, and handling, you're going to get a +5 there, but arrowhead break should be the #1 here. And for the mag, I'm gonna say accelerated coils. You do lose 5 impact, but you also do get a faster charge time. So if you wanted to take advantage of Adagio without it dropping your charge time too much, you could, you know, kind of offset it with accelerated coils. Enhanced battery and ionized battery are two good options for me personally. The only one that matters here is accelerated coils. Getting that charge time up, especially if you're gonna run the Adagio route for the extra damage, is going to be vital. All right, so getting into the god rolls that I think we should all be looking out for, and when I say all of us, I do mean all of us. First up, Ambitious Assassin and Destabilizing Rounds is going to be probably a really good option for a lot of you who want to make sure that the magazine can stay as full as possible for even longer. Overflowing the magazine obviously is going to be a W, and with Destabilizing Rounds and passing on the volatile to other enemies, that's obviously going to be a W. My next choice here, and this is going to be the one that everybody's like, oh, why would you even say that? Discord and Adagio. I think these two perks together make this weapon so fun and easy to use, and you're getting an absolute crazy amount of damage out of it, and you're refunding ammo constantly when you have Discord active. And the only thing that you need to do is get a final blow with another weapon and then swap to Afterlight, and then you're getting even more damage when you get your first kill with Afterlight, because you are going to get that 30% increase in damage from Adagio. Next up, Lead from Gold and Destabilizing Rounds is going to be a great perk combo. Honestly, man, there are just so many options. Listen, Pugilist and Successful Warm-Up. You could do Lead from Gold Vorpal. You could do Discord Swashbuckler, Under Pressure Reservoir Burst, Graveyard. Like literally every perk in these two slots is going to be absolutely perfect. I've been using the Discord and Adagio roll quite a bit, but I do also have one with Lead from Gold and Destabilizing Rounds, which is a pretty dope roll. And obviously I have the Pugilist and Successful Warm-Up roll. You guys should just whatever roll you have, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about this fusion rifle and the perks that you have on it. There is literally nothing to be missed on here. The only perk in both of these slots that I think is kind of a miss is 1, offhand strike, and 2, the lack of repulsor brace. Repulsor brace is a perfect perk to tie into any void build. So if you guys like that, you know, kind of play style, get the overshield, pass on volatile to nearby enemies, that's going to be the one for you. So there you have it. That has been the Afterlight fusion rifle, the adaptive frame void fusion rifle Afterlight. This thing is absolutely nutty. The perk combos on it are great. The stats are great. The synergy with void subclasses is great. This is just an absolute W. Let me know down in the comments what weapon I should review next. I'm really looking at that bow, and the glaive also is pretty nice. I'm not a glaive guy, but the glaive is pretty fire. I'm not gonna lie, the glaive is pretty fire. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers, and every subscription and every like and every comment helps us get there even faster. So with all that being said, I will catch you guys in the next video.